Think your dog will forgive you for anything? Think again. There are 10 things that will leave your dog scarred forever. And trust me, you don't want to be responsible for them. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact mistakes you should never make with your furry friend if you want to keep their trust and your relationship intact. Everyone loves their dog, but a lot of dog owners unknowingly make mistakes that can break the bond with their pet. From breaking their trust to making them feel unsafe, today we're exposing the 10 things your dog will never forgive. Stick around, because the shocking truth about dog behavior will change the way you treat your dog forever. Let's dive right into the first thing your dog can never forgive: abandonment. Whether it's leaving them in the car for too long or dropping them off at the kennel without any explanation, dogs are incredibly sensitive to being abandoned. They see you as their pack, their protector, and when you leave them, especially without warning, they feel betrayed. That fear of abandonment can last a lifetime, leaving your dog anxious and scared whenever they see you walking out the door. The second thing your dog will never forgive is physical punishment. Dogs are not like humans. They don't understand discipline the same way we do. If you raise your hand to hit your dog or punish them harshly, not only will it confuse them, but it will also shatter their trust in you. A dog that is hit or punished physically will associate you with fear and pain. They'll start to fear every movement you make, making training, bonding, and even just enjoying each other's company nearly impossible. Next up, the third unforgivable thing is ignoring their needs. Dogs rely on us for their basic needs: food, water, exercise, and affection. If you neglect any of these, you're not just failing as a dog owner, you're damaging the trust they have in you. Imagine being unable to communicate your needs and feeling ignored by the one person who should care for you. That's how your dog feels when you forget to feed them or skip their daily walks because you're too busy. The fourth unforgivable act is not socializing them properly. If you keep your dog isolated and fail to expose them to other people, animals, and environments, you're setting them up for anxiety and fear-based behaviors. Dogs that aren't properly socialized often develop behavioral issues like aggression or extreme fear. By denying them the chance to learn about the world around them, you're causing them emotional distress that they'll never forget. Moving on to the fifth unforgivable thing: abusing their trust. Dogs are creatures of habit and routine, and they thrive on trust. If you break that trust by being inconsistent with your commands, not following through with what you say, or doing things that confuse them, they'll stop trusting you. Once trust is broken, it's incredibly difficult to rebuild, and your dog will always be on edge, wondering if they can count on you. The sixth thing your dog will never forgive is forcing them into uncomfortable situations. If your dog is scared of the vet, the groomer, or meeting new people, forcing them into these situations without giving them time to adjust will only make their fears worse. They won't understand why you're making them uncomfortable, and they'll begin to associate you with distress. This can lead to behavioral issues and a breakdown in their relationship with you. The seventh unforgivable thing is not giving them enough mental stimulation. Dogs, especially high-energy breeds, need mental stimulation just as much as physical exercise. If you neglect their need for enrichment, they'll find ways to entertain themselves, and you probably won't like the results. A bored dog can become destructive, chewing furniture, digging holes, or even becoming depressed. Without enough mental exercise, they'll feel frustrated and unhappy, and that frustration will leave lasting emotional scars. Next, the eighth unforgivable thing is leaving them alone for too long. Dogs are social creatures that rely on companionship. Leaving them home alone for extended periods of time without proper care or interaction can cause separation anxiety and loneliness. Dogs that experience this kind of neglect will associate you with abandonment, making them distrustful and anxious every time you leave the house. The ninth unforgivable thing is putting them in dangerous situations. Whether it's allowing your dog to interact with an aggressive dog, taking them to unsafe places, or not keeping them safe around children or strangers, putting your dog in harm's way will cause them lasting trauma. They'll learn that they can't trust you to keep them safe, and this could result in fear or aggression in the future. Finally, the 10th unforgivable thing is not providing them with proper care as they age. As dogs grow older, their needs change, and they require more than just the basics like food and water. Aging dogs need specialized care, which includes regular vet checkups to monitor their health, joint support to ease discomfort, and extra comfort to make sure they feel secure and loved. Their energy levels may decrease, and they may experience physical limitations, but that doesn't mean they don't still need your attention, love, and support. Neglecting their needs as they age is one of the most heartbreaking things you can do to your dog. After spending their entire life being loyal and devoted to you, It's your responsibility to ensure they live out their golden years with dignity and ease. In their twilight years, they deserve the best care possible, not only for their physical health, but also for their emotional well-being. This is the time to show them the same kindness and compassion they've given you every single day. After all, the bond you've shared deserves to be cherished right to the very end. If you're still with me, I want to hear from you. I know these topics can be tough to talk about, but we've all made mistakes as dog owners, and the first step to becoming a better one is recognizing them. So tell me, have you ever made any of these mistakes with your dog, or maybe you've learned a lesson the hard way? Or perhaps you've found ways to avoid these situations and keep your dog's trust strong? I'd love to hear your stories, tips, and experiences in the comments below. By sharing your thoughts, you're not only helping others who might be going through the same thing, but you're also building a community of responsible dog owners who care about their pet's emotional well-being. Plus, if you found this video eye-opening and you want more tips like these to improve your relationship with your dog, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss another valuable dog training tip or learn about the hidden truths that can make you a better pet parent. Let's continue to grow together and keep our furry friends happy, healthy, and trusting in us. Dogs are the most loyal creatures you'll ever meet, but what sets them apart is their incredible sensitivity and emotional intelligence. They don't just sense when you're happy or sad, they feel it on a deep level. That bond between you and your dog is unlike any other. It's built on trust, communication, and mutual respect. And as their caretaker, it's up to you to nurture that bond, to ensure that the trust you've worked so hard to build never gets broken. The way you treat them, the patience you show, and the love you give directly impacts how they see the world and ultimately how they see you. They rely on you to be their protector, their friend, their safe space. When you treat your dog with love, respect, and kindness, you're not just meeting their physical needs, you're nourishing their emotional well-being. Dogs are always watching, always learning, and they pick up on the smallest cues, from your tone of voice to your body language. They know when you're stressed, and they know when you're calm. They respond to your energy, and when that energy is positive, they will give you nothing but unconditional love in return. They'll stay by your side, anticipate your needs, and protect you without hesitation because they trust you with their hearts. In return, you'll find yourself with a companion who is fiercely loyal, always ready to comfort you, and who will stand by you through thick and thin. But that loyalty isn't something that's given freely without the right care. If you neglect that bond, take advantage of their trust, or treat them with anything less than the love and respect they deserve, you risk breaking their spirit. And once that trust is broken, it's incredibly difficult to rebuild. That's why it's so important to never take them for granted, to always treat them with compassion, and to understand that their loyalty is a precious gift, one that lasts a lifetime when it's cared for properly. When you nurture that bond, you'll experience a friendship that is pure, lasting, and stronger than you could ever imagine.